Hey guys, welcome to C is for Cars. Today, nothing too exciting. I have to do a service on the wife's Ford Flex, and being that I'm going to have the car on the Hoist, I figure good time to do a 1-year review, I guess, a review of the Hoist, of the Capital Auto Equipment Limited 10,000 pound Hoist. It's been a year. A ton of you have asked, hey, how's that holding up? You know, how do you like it still after a year? I'll show you. Let's. So always, first things first, getting your arms in the right spot. And on this car, I never remember where that is. Remember, it is important to have the car balanced as good as you can, front and back. Weight distribution. I'll get the other side quick. Terrain in here. We're back. Had to move the car a little bit forward there. Okay. Oh, jeez. Once you got your arms kind of where you want them, I like to go a little bit slow. Make contact on all four corners. Check out your four corners. If it's kittywampus, don't put your 4,000 pound vehicle up in the air, or you're going to have some issues. And what we don't want is issues. That being said, just be cautious, guys. Might make you a little nervous the first couple times. You lift your car off the ground, way up in the air. That's fair. Just take your time. Make sure all these locks have locked. Doesn't look like this one has. Kick your car. That's fine. Like I said, it's your wife's probably. Once we're a little off the ground, we're going to do one of these. A couple of these. If it's really unbalanced, you're going to know. Take another look. Okay. That doesn't look like it's going to fall off there. Certainly can't fall off there. Give her some shakes back here. Check all your corners. You know what? I don't really love this one. Put her down. Just kind of want to go in a bit. Lift up my lock here. Go in a little. Maybe even one more. Oh yeah, that's better. Go up again. Other side was good. This side's fine. Oh, I like that better. Give it another shake. Seems fine. Now, again, if you watch my first video, you need yourself some jacks. They're expensive. These were somewhat expensive. I think they're big red jacks. They work. Get them. Safety first. Let's lift this the rest of the way. We'll pop these under. All right, guys, you can see these big red jacks in use, and I figure while my oil is draining and completely missing my long neck jug, figure we might as well talk about the hoist. It works. As you can see, it works. It lifts the car. I've used it quite a bit. This is the 10,000 pound hoist. I've had heavy half tons full of tools in the back. It's probably the heaviest thing so far. As far as that goes, I trust the hoist to lift heavy stuff. I mean, it's rated for 10,000 pounds. I trust that. If you watch the first part, if you haven't watched the first part, I'll put the link down below in the description. You can check it out. The first video when we first installed it. My biggest thing then, and still today, a year later, actually a year and a bit later, is the anchors. They haven't backed out, they haven't cracked or done scary things, but they're just kind of, there's a lot going on up here. If I was going to do it again, I'd get different anchors. Nice, good quality, probably more expensive anchors. These are the ones that came with it. I don't love them. And yes, you're looking at this hoist the same reason I was, because it's cheaper. If money wasn't an object, you wouldn't be looking at this. You guys right now watching this are watching this because you're like me, and it's because it's the cheap one, and then maybe that's something that we can save up to and afford. And I did. Yeah, I would save up a couple extra bucks, get some good anchors. That would make a world of difference. But it works. Another little quarry. Quarrel. We're not mining here, guys. Another quarrel I have. Just the placement of this. Now you could lift the power box up. I'm a bit taller. I'm 6'1". You could lift it up. But the hoses that came with it, you'd have to get a new hydraulic hose for the bottom. Big whoop. I might even do that one day. My back hurts more every day that I wake up. So maybe I'll lift that up a bit. Honestly, guys, though, I mean, it's good. Another thing that is a bit, hokey is the safety release. It is a cable. This cable goes from this lever right up the side of the column to a pulley. It goes over the top tray. It goes over the top tray the whole way. There's a pulley on the other side. Cable comes down, goes on the other brake. Some have electric release. Some have individual release. You go to the other side and go chunk, and then you chunk, and then you can release it. This one, you can do everything here, which is nice. Okay, I get it. But if that cable backs out, if that cable breaks, that's something to look at. Something to watch. Tension, phrase, I look at it quite often. I really should go up top, have a little look-see, and maybe I'll take you with me, actually, and we'll go have a look up there in a bit. I have to pull this oil filter. All right, guys, so as you can see, that's that cable. That's that hydraulic hose. It comes with this ram. It doesn't really follow, not symmetrical. It goes into this plastic bit. Your hose goes on this side. Oh, it's dusty. Comes out there, goes to the bottom of your ram. Now, see how this cable comes in, comes down, it goes into the other brake. It works. I'm not gonna say it doesn't work, but you want to make sure that hose up there, isn't fraying or kinking or cracking or what have you. But as far as everything else goes, I mean, shoot. Oh, these are them are the anchors that came with it. Now they work. I can't say they don't work. They just freak me out a little, That's all. Okay, I gotta lower the car. Might as well show you that one quarrel I was talking about. So we lifted off the safeties. Pull them back. Now this right here. I'm just gonna go slow. And then faster. And then slower. And faster. But this right here. This isn't very ergonomic for a bigger guy like me. Having to go all the way down here for the release and having to hold this up here. It's just kind of awkward. If the release was up here, I mean, shoot. That ain't a big deal, but this is a little bit. It's a little, you know, and then, I don't know. It's real down there for a guy like me. So, I like to just make sure that it's all the way down. So yeah, that's annoying. Is it a deal breaker? No. Like I said, if you want, guys, go get a new hose made. That easy. I might. I don't know. If it bugs me that much, why wouldn't you? Easy peasy. So I did a quick checkup there. There's nothing to really show you. Everything looked good. Again, your hydraulic hose, the longest one is going to ride up your column, over the tray, I call it, along with your cable, just something to inspect. These are fine. They've been used a bunch. Nothing looks crazy. So if you're thinking about buying a hoist, a 2-post hoist, I went with the clear floor, transmission jack, jacks, anything, even your feet. Whatever is going to be trafficking under the car when you're down and underneath, you're going to hit on a non-clear floor. It has it along the floor. You're going to hit that. You're going to trip over it. It's going to be annoying. I want the clear floor. That's why. And honestly, guys, yeah. Are some things quirky? Are some things going to be a little weird? Yeah, they are. If you use this for a business and you're going to be up and down every day, all day, maybe look into something a little more expensive, or maybe buy this one to get you by until you can get more expensive. But for the weekend warriors like me, the guys at home that, you know, hobbyists that maybe you're building something, you're maintaining your vehicles, you like to do that kind of stuff, you know, you do regular stuff like pull transmissions, things like this. Yeah, you're going to love the Hoist. It's going to do everything you need it to. You're never going to change oil on the floor again, I promise. You need 12-foot ceilings. Mine's a Quonset. I go up to maybe 16 feet at the peak. Other questions, what kind of power supply? It's 240, single phase motor. I had 240 to the shop. I didn't have to add it. That was easy. Wiring's easy. I think I used, shoot, I don't remember what I used. But not super crazy cable. I mean, just you go to your local hardware store, they're going to have it. Wiring was easy. And honestly, guys, it's been good. So yeah, if you're on the fence, it's been over a year. I've used it a lot. Nothing has gone wrong. Nothing's freaked me out. Nothing has been crazy. If you're on the fence, guys, buy it. Yeah. So thanks, guys, for watching this week of C is for Cars. Coming up, I don't know. Lots coming up, guys. I got more Z7 stuff. That cage. We're going to start getting into engine stuff and whatever else. I need to spend money on stuff. And then we'll put the stuff in after spending the money on it. Yeah, and then just little fun stuff. I need a truck. I need something with a box. I like Fords. Ranchero, F100s. Any year of anything. I'm looking for a truck. I need a beater truck. If you're in Alberta and you have a truck for sale, it's cheap. That's the thing about trucks. Have you seen the price of trucks? God. So I'm looking for a cheap truck. I don't know if they exist anymore. If it needs an engine or something, that's fine. That is what is coming up soon on C is for Cars. Mason's got tons too. That guy's always up to something. We're going to get together here soon and do a video together. It's been a while. So anyways, thanks guys. We'll see you next Tuesday. let's get this out of here. Right on. Am I recording? Did I hit record? Did I? Are we? Oh yeah, we're going. We're going.